This is a general reading for the sign of Aries. If you have Aries anywhere in your astrological birth chart, or if you have been drawn to this reading, please know that there is a message in this reading for you. Spirit does work in wonderful and amazing ways like that. When there's a message for you, Spirit will use any and all means necessary to get that message to you. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Aries. Aries, I did want to spend a little bit of time talking about how my readings work. My readings, I do maybe touch a little bit on the people, places, and things that are going on in your life. But we don't need somebody to tell us that things are going well or that things are not going well. When we're looking and we're seeking, many times what we're looking for and what we're seeking for is spiritual guidance, spiritual advice, things and actions, and what we can do to improve our lives, or what can we do to keep our lives on the right path. And so when I'm doing these readings and we're communicating with Spirit, we're really looking for guidance. We're looking for ways to stay true to ourselves, to stay true to our authentic self. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Aries. And I do try to provide as much information as I can in this little bit of time. So we may touch a little bit on the moon and on the planetary alignments. We just never know what's going to come up, to be totally honest, Aries. I did want to say that this month, the first quarter moon does move through Sagittarius. As that moon moves through Sagittarius, our needs will shift our needs will shift. And they'll shift into really becoming goal-orientated, really looking for a mission, really looking for meaning to our lives. And even if we are facing troubles during this time, we will have a tendency to be a little more optimistic about that. And Aries, what that is Spirit is encouraging us, supporting us to find and stay on our soul's path, our life's purpose, our life's mission. And look, we have this beautiful Two of Cups as the foundation of this reading. The message, the basis, let me make sure message behind the reading, the foundation of the reading. Just make sure that that's nice and zoomed in there for you, Aries. The Two of Cups is about partnerships. It's about coming together. And when we think of the cups is the spiritual, the emotional. And let's see how that Two of Cups plays into the reading. And I'm really glad that you got this Two of Cups for the foundation of your reading, because that does coincide with the energy of the moon and the energies of how the planets are aligning for you at this time, Aries. It is a good time to set goals, and even if you have goals set, to reevaluate those goals and really put forth and set in place a good solid plan, because you will be feeling a little more positive, a little bit more upbeat. And I think this is a good time of the month in the moon cycles for you to really focus on goals and missions in your life. And let's see how that plays into the rest of your reading here, Aries. Oh, let's see here. The gift of words. The gift of an exchange of words. Let's see. victory, Chariot, movement. In things in your work life, things in your professional life have been feeling a little bit stagnant. They've been feeling like they're at a little bit of a standstill. Quite possibly, maybe the organization or you are not making the progress that you have hoped to gain. It's not moving fast enough. It just is feeling stagnant. It's feeling stale. And in an attempt to change things up, in an attempt to get things moving, someone is considering unethical or dishonest solutions. Someone is considering unethical or dishonest solutions. And Aries, I don't know if this is you or if you are aware of who this person is. Or maybe this person will be asking you to do something that is dishonest, asking you to do something that is maybe goes against your principles or goes against your better judgment. Don't give in to this temptation, or don't give in to this request. The long-term goals of this, the long-term outcome does not the short-term reward is not worth the long-term gratifications. Play the long game here, Aries. Don't play the short game. If you are considering this, or if somebody is proposing or asking, and I think somebody is going to ask you to do something that just doesn't feel right to you, that just doesn't sit right with you. If it does not sit right with you, take a pass. Take a pass. And I know sometimes you'll see, oh yeah, we can get some, but no, if there's something that does not feel right to you at this time, Aries, do not take it. The long-term ratifications of this will come back to haunt you. You are right in thinking that there's something not right, that you don't want to have anything to do with this. You do not have, and I understand when things aren't going well and things aren't moving as quickly, we don't feel like we're moving in the direction that we want to move, that we will make decisions that are not in our best interest. And what I'm saying at this time, what Spirit is wanting you to know at this time, Aries, that while there may be a instant reward, an instant gratification, an instant payoff, it's going to come back to you in the future twice-fold. Negative karma will come back to you in the future twice-fold. It's not worth it. It is not worth it. And let's see what we have going on here in your home life, Aries. look at you. You are eager to create memorable experiences, memorable experiences with those that are closest to you. And opportunities will present themselves to you. Opportunities are going to present themselves to you to create those memorable experiences, those experiences that really help form and create those deeper bonds with those closest to you. I don't know if you've been feeling a little bit of a disconnect, that perhaps you've been in hermit mode, perhaps you've been doing a lot of soul searching, and connecting with your intuition, your inner wisdom, your inner knowledge, your inner knowing. You have been connecting with that. But while you have been connecting with that, going inward, some of those connections that you have with those closest to you are seeming not as strong. They're seeming not as tight-knit. That maybe you've lost connection with some people that are really important to you because of this seeking inner knowledge, seeking inner wisdom. But you're ready to come out of hermit mode now. And you're ready to come out of hermit mode and share what you have learned. Share your experiences with those that are closest to you, or with those that were once close to you. And those people are going to be open and receptive to you, Aries. And you can take this time, take advantage of that first quarter moon phase, and put your time and energy into planning special activities and events. They will be well received. They will be well received. I think the trick of it here for you at this time, Aries, will to let go of any perceived outcomes or any perceived expectations. After the planning stage, after the initiation stages of what it is that you're wanting to do for this get-together, for this meeting, for this talk, after the planning stage and after the initiation, after you've gotten the ball rolling, just know whatever is going to happen is going to happen. And the best possible outcome for this situation will be for you to not have any expectations or any preconceived notions of what you would like to see happen. It's just to trust the universe, to let things fall into place, to let things happen organically. So while we are planning and we're putting things into motion, after we put that into motion, Aries, just let everything else happen organically. And don't force anything. Do not force anything at this time. And I believe by letting that go and not being forceful and letting things happen organically, the outcome will be better than if you were trying to be forceful about that. Final thoughts, final messages. Look at, there's some more words here for you, Aries. Words and contracts. The King and Queen of Cups. You know, Aries, September 23rd does bring in the fall equinox. And with this fall equinox, there's going to be some very intense energy. And that intense energy is going to have us wanting to break free from the old and really start something new, or will be motivated to make changes. And here I see that ego and control have been coming up a lot for you. And I think that they've been coming up for you quite frequently during this past summer, during this past summer in your readings. Ego and control has been coming up a lot for you. And I think even here in your family life, on it's okay to plan, and it's okay to put things into motion. The trick of it is to letting go of perceived outcomes and letting go of any perceived control that we do have, and learning to harness your energy to better serve you is the key here for you, Aries, or the trick of it is. And so there's been a power struggle. And there's been some form of deceptiveness or some trickery, or it's almost like a play on words. There's been a play on words between the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. There's been a play on words, a power struggle between the Queen and King of Cups. And this deception, and it's really, I wouldn't say deception, which is, it's weird. Not deception, but maybe an omission or a misunderstanding. Letting somebody believe a misunderstanding. And so it's almost like there was words spoken, there was something agreed upon, And the person speaking these words was very clear on the words that were being spoken. But the person hearing the words, there was a misunderstanding or a misinterpretation of the words. The speaker understood or seen that the listener was having this misunderstanding, but did not correct it. And that is part of the control. And so thank you for being patient with me, Aries. Let's see if I can get this out for you. And so that is how the speaker gained control. So the speaker was speaking the truth. The listener was hearing, but there was a slight misunderstanding on the hearer's part that the speaker was aware of. And that was how this deception was that the speaker did not clarify to the listener. The speaker let the listener continue in their misunderstanding. And that is how that the speaker gained control of the situation. I do believe, Aries, and especially we have this Two of Cups here. I love that you have these cups. And so then when we're thinking of the King and Queen of Cups, we can think that the Queen in herself is very capable and the King in himself is very capable, and they are a good match. They are a good pair. And it is the responsibility of each to be fair and just. And I really do believe that you can reach this fairness, you can reach this agreement, you can get back on track with this by open, honest communication. Open, honest communication. And really do use that energy of the fall equinox to break free of any old habits. And so I do believe it could quite possibly mean that the King and Queen of Cups come together with a new game plan, new foundation. Now is the time to put into place a new foundation, set forth, and come together and have that open conversation on what it is that you would like to achieve as a pair. And that is the message that I have for the sign of Aries. Thank you, Aries. You have a blessed week.